guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So here we have the new free-to-play Turles. I think that this character actually could be pretty decent. I do think we should look at free-to-play units a little bit differently with the new support memory event now being a thing, right? Where, you know, free-to-play characters can actually be rather important, and some of the abilities that they might have could be relevant. Now, this Turles has a lot of, like, debuffing capabilities and stuff like that. I feel like dodge is probably the way to go. You know, if you're going against multiple enemies, he can guard, and he does have dodge as well, right, when the enemy is in attack down, which he does passively. You also do have a medium chance of stunning the attacked enemy, so potentially using this guy as a stunner, maybe giving him... Because even though it's from his passive, medium chance to stun the attacked enemy, an additional could still trigger that, right? So you could go additionals to try and get more stuns. I think that would work well. Or, of course, dodge. I mean, I guess if you want to pound him away with crits, be my guess. But, you know, additionals, this Turles also does get 30% defense from a super attack effect. So some mix of additionals, dodge, to me looks pretty good. Again, that stun ability he has, you know, we've already had one stage of that support memory event really matter to have stuns. So maybe additionals could be a good way to build this guy. Let me get him up to link level 10 and we'll test this guy out. Alright guys, so we are here in an event with the free-to-play Turles. Again, I look at this Turles' kit, I think he is going to be a fine free-to-play character. You know, Turles just got a powerful Dokkan Fest, so, of course, you're not going to make a free-to-play character that's going to compete with, you know, like a Dokkan Fest level character. So that's why I do like what they did with this Turles, right? So, one of the main things he does is he does debuff enemies' attack by 30%. To me, I feel like you could get value out of this guy in, like, Super Battle Road stages or even Dokkan Battlefield as well. I could see this Turles being a great character for Battlefield players, which I think could be pretty good. Then Turles also has the medium chance of stunning the attacked enemy, which, of course, could be really good for, again, like Dokkan Battlefield. Stunning can be useful in those stages sometimes. And that's where, like, again, additionals, right, you can get the potential to multiple chances to stun. Now, I don't know how much I like the extra 60% attack and defense, medium chance to guard, medium chance to dodge if the enemy's in attack down. It's just like, I mean, it is a lot of stats that he's going to be able to get, right? Now, we do have that activated right here. This Hercule's able to be debuffed, but that's where it's like, this Turles, you know, we're using him in spots where that attack debuff can be relevant. Now, the thing about the attack debuff, too, that you really need to keep in mind is that it is very powerful, right? Like, STR Omega Shenron's EZA was very good when Extreme Super Battle Road first came out. That Omega Shenron, like, Extreme STR, Extreme Super Battle Road, I think was by far the easiest stage on release, right? Like, what was the hardest? Extreme Tech? Extreme STR, because of, Omega, and then, of course, STR Cooler and some of those characters. Extreme STR was the easiest one. So Turles' link set, he has Brutal Beatdown, Saiyan Warrior Race, Prepare for Battle, Destroyer of the Universe, Thirst for Conquest, Big Bad Bosses, and Shattering the Limit. That is Turles' link set right there. So let's go ahead and see what we get from Turles right here. Now remember, Turles does get 30% attack and defense from his super attack effect. So he is going to be getting, like, some extra defense and stuff like that, which, you know, certainly could be good. You know, characters having that is really, really useful. So he gets up to 3.29. The beginning of the super attack animation looks pretty good for a free-to-play character, kind of like that close-up like that. Like, I don't actually hate that right there, right? Like, I'll take that for a free-to-play character. Attack numbers are not the craziest ever, but keep in mind what this Turles is going to be is, again, the attack debuffing and the stunning are going to be the main assets that this guy's going to have. And I guess it's like, you know, we'll then have the 30% chance to guard and the 30% chance to dodge, right? Which, you know, potentially could help you, like, you know, in some of those, like, Super Battle Road type fights, right? The extra stats in the guard against multiple enemies, and then the dodge if the enemies are hit with attack debuffing. And that's where it could be really, really good, is, you know, you're fighting in a Super Battle Road stage, and he could have all of those buffs up at the same time. Alright, so this should be a pretty decent turn right here. He's at 188k defense, He does get 90% attack and defense when performing a super attack. And then he's getting the 30% defense. I mean, so you can see he's, what, close to 400k defense right here, right? As a free-to-play character, I'll definitely take that. Yeah, guys, I really do not hate this free-to-play character. To me, I think the main thing is, as long as the character has like a role or a purpose, I'm cool with it. Medium chance to guard or medium chance to dodge definitely do not feel that good. But I mean, the medium chance to dodge is just if the enemy's in attack down. So it's like, if you could debuff the enemy, then he'll also have the dodge, and he's got the stun chance. And it's like, he's a pretty good combo character. I could see this guy being a decent floater, right? This is exactly the type of character that helps out a free-to-play player a lot. And it's the thing I mentioned, right? Where it's increasing the floor or the basement of, like, players' boxes, right? Like, you might look at this Turles and say, like, oh, his attack stats are low. I mean, for a free-to-play character, I think his defense is probably looking pretty solid, actually. But, like, you might, like, this guy's not comparing to, like, a major, like, Dokkan Fest or LR character or something like that. But it's, like, he's way better than, other characters who would be, like, people's, 100th best unit. Or, you guys get what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm explaining it bad, but, like this Turles helps people's accounts. Like, your account is stronger with this Turles. He's very easy to get to. Alright, so this is going to be a strong rotation for us right here. So he's up to 216 is what he actually gets up to. Okay. Let's see what numbers we get on this turn. We definitely want to make sure to seed Turles on a rotation against multiple enemies, right? Because, again, he gets the extra stats and then the chance to guard. I mean, he really... If you can attack debuff the enemy and there's multiple enemies, I feel like he's going to be actually pretty solid, right? Because, again, attack, debuff, stun, guard, dodge, like, that's a lot of sort of, like, tools that could be good. And I feel like they did it in a good way. So, besides LR Dr. Wheelo, who I really do not like, a lot of these free-to-play characters recently have been very good by Dokkan. I think that this is actually a very, like, positive thing moving forward, that it seems like Dokkan is doing a really good job with the free-to-play characters, which I think is a huge good thing, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and finish this Goku off right here. We aren't going to need to use the active skills or anything like that. And again, I just want to get... I feel like I've seen what I needed to see from this Turles, right? Because, like, running him, like, even on that rotation where we had him with, like, LR Turles and Amand and Raisin and stuff like that, that's not, like, some super unrealistic rotation or something like that. It's not. Because it's like Amand and Raisin, I mean, they're, a slot 1 character that's guarding and they're supporting and stuff like that. Like, we're always going to want to rock them. And then, we could have characters like Chi-Lai and LR Turles and these other characters, which works pretty well. All right, so now we're going to fight Gohan right here. And then the next phase is against all the Cell Juniors. All right, so Gohan is super attacking right there, huh? All right, actually, does this Gohan debuff? A lot of these Dragon Ball history bosses debuff when they super. Alright, Gohan isn't doing anything annoying, so let's just go ahead and let this play out. What's Turles' defense right here? 188. Okay, cool. So we'll see this rotation, and then we'll see what Turles does against, multiple enemies, and then I think we'll probably finish up. Let me know what you guys think about this free-to-play Turles. I think it's definitely good that they did this. I think one cool thing Dokkan could do with a lot of celebrations moving forward is they could give awakenings to either old... Like, this Turles... This was an SR Turles, just an SR, that's been sitting there. Oh, we got the dodge, lovely. That's been sitting there forever, right? That SR Turles, what is the release date that is on? Let me actually take a look at him. So that SR Turles, right? His release date is October 29th of 2015. October 29th, 2015 is when SR Turles came out. And he's getting a Dokkan Awakening in 2023. So I think that's very good. Because to me, I look at that and it's like, there is hope. Like, people say, oh, they should awaken every rare character and SR character in the game. I agree. Yeah, 100%. And you see them do this for, like, this Turles, and it shows that, like, you know, they can do stuff like that and make these characters relevant. This is good. I'm actually really pleased with this Turles. Let's just go ahead and get this animation in right here. Yeah, sure, let's do this.
これがなんだかわかるか？お月様さ。はじけて！またね！さあ、お前本来の姿を見せてみろ。
Okay, so one other point I should note, I probably shouldn't have had the skip on. That was a silly Billy moment by me. But remember, we do have Dokkan Fest Turles' intro up right now, by the way. So it's like both Dokkan Fest Turles' intros are... So this is like an ultra juiced rotation, actually, because both of the Turles' intros up, which means 3 key and 18% attack to all extreme class units, right? So, I mean, we're seeing free-to-play Turles at a little bit of a good situation, let's just say that. Now, I don't believe the Cell Juniors, yeah, they can't be attack debuffed or anything like that, but that's not a big deal. All right, so let's go ahead and see what Turles is going to give us. We saw that his defense up to 266 right here. I mean, we're getting a lot of support. We're getting support from both of these characters right here, plus the 2 Dokkan Fest Turles' intros, right? Like, we've got sort of a lot going on right now. So let's just see what the attack stat that free-to-play Turles will give us right here. And he gets up to 5 million. Turles gets to. Okay, sure. So there's free-to-play Turles. Again, Dokkan continue giving us W's with, you know, old character awakenings like this and making them, like decent in some way, right? It's always very easy to tell if the character has an actual purpose, which this Turles has. He was guarding, by the way. Wow, we had the guard up. Awesome. We actually got to see the guard in here. That's crazy. Yeah, so we saw a 30% chance to guard. It was active. You could tell because the arrow was pointing down. So there is the free-to-play Turles. Again, I think he's decent. This is what a free-to-play character should be. And, again, I don't want to praise Dokkan for this, but thankfully they weren't idiots and they didn't Easy A this guy right away. He's not Easy A. He's decent without the Easy A. Thank God. Again, I don't really want to praise Dokkan because it's like, oh, this celebration, they weren't dumbasses. Like, let's heap praise on them. It's like, no, like, you're doing what you should, which is do not Easy A these characters on release. All right, this is low-class warrior beyond reasoning, Turles. His leader skill is physical type enemy attack and defense minus 30%. His super attack is the kill driver, which raises attack and defense by 30% for 1 turn, and then does supreme damage to the enemy. His passive skill, pressure beyond normal, gives him 2 key and 120% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets an additional 90% attack and defense when performing a super attack. Then he also debuffs all enemies' attack by 30%. Now, this is a very powerful ability. I do feel like maybe this could go over some people's heads, but this is actually super strong. But it's just not for, like, you know, like Red Zone style content. It's more like Super Battle Road stuff. But, like, that 30% debuff is massive, actually. Then Turles also has a medium chance, which is a 30% chance of stunning the attacked enemy. Could be decent, again, in like a Super Battle Road situation. Then he also gets a 60% attack and defensive buff, and then a medium chance, a 30% chance to guard when facing 2 or more enemies. And then finally, Turles has a medium chance, a 30% chance to dodge if the enemy is in the attack down status. So, again, you go into Super Battle Road, multiple enemies, and you could attack debuff them, and you could stun them, and he could guard, and he could dodge. Pretty decent for a free-to-play character, right? Again, they gave him a very clear, defined role. I think that this is a very well-designed free-to-play character, right? He's not, oh my god, at 1.3 million defense, oh my god, triple 10 millions or something like that. But, like, he has a very clear-cut purpose, so I like what they did with him. His links are Brutal Beatdown, Saiyan Warrior Race, Prepare for Battle, Destroy the Universe, Thirst for Conquest, Big Bad Bosses, and Shattering the Limit. 12 kill multiplier is 140%. And then Turles, of course, is on several category teams, some that do need help, right? Low-class warrior, right? Like a low-class warrior Super Battle Road stage, this Turles would be fantastic for. movie bosses, of course. Dokkan always pushing movie bosses. Yeah, I before Turles came out, I was doing a video on someone and I said, oh, we're definitely getting movie boss characters soon. Was I doing, I think I did the video for this guy. Was it before Turles was announced? And I said, oh, we're definitely getting movie bosses soon. That definitely happened, right? Because it's like, bro, like, movie boss characters every 4 months. Like, Dokkan is like, all right, it's time. Although I guess Metal Cooler was what, in September, and then now we got Turles in June. So it's like every, you know, if we're like 6, 7, 8 months without a movie boss character, like, yeah, we're getting another one. Keep in mind. Then Turles is on Pure Saiyans as well. You know, dominant, huge category. Turles is also over here on Terrifying Conquerors. Definitely the strongest villain category right there. Then Turles is also on the Space Traveling Warrior team. Kind of like the main team of the celebration so far, which is, you know, gotten some decent buffs here for sure. And then finally, Turles is on Planetary Destruction. So this is good that we got some additions to this team as well. So let me know what you guys think of this free-to-play Turles. So far, I think that support memory event, I think it might be because of that they're making these free-to-play characters kits much tighter, but that's like a lot of the free-to-play characters recently, I really actually like what they've done with them. I think besides LR Dr. Wheelo, they really have done a great job. So let me know what you guys think of this free-to-play Turles. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.